You are live.
No.
And really bringing the fight. 2G's top stories to make your night. With balance, take sharp as a knife. We're rocking out and heading up the scene. Sports fanatic dreams extreme. From the Eagles' pride to Philly's dreams. Stay tuned and your screen turns green. Pattison fanatics drink for brains. With fire in our veins, we spark the flames. Breaking up high, no holding back. We're breaking the mold. Stay on track.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Pattison Avenue Fanatics. Happy March. Alan, how are you?
I'm doing great, Food. Doing great, man. Sorry about that, man. We're doing a little throwback here tonight.
Filling in for the host himself, TK.
Yeah.
Kelly, who's a little bit under the weather. Hope you're feeling better there, TK. You know, we got the ship here, so
man.
Usually a trio, but we're a duo. Happy March to everybody. Alan, how the hell are you?
I'm good, Food, man. I'm good. This is my birthday month. March 15th, the Ides of March, all that good stuff. So
I'm waiting, March 31st. So
there you go, brother. There you go. So it's our month. We share it together.
So you're almost here St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, just right before it. Yeah, right before it, brother.
Hope everybody's doing well out there. It's, instead of a trio, we're a duo tonight. So, Alan, let's dive right in. We were getting right into it beforehand. I mean, NFL, the NFL kicked off the combine this past Thursday and at the end of yesterday. So, it's Howie season. The NFL tampering starts next Monday, and the 2026 new NFL year kicks off next Wednesday at 4 p.m. So you're hearing all these rumors. The Eagles wanting a first-round pick, and what you say, a top pick in the 100?
Picking the 100 for AJ. Yeah. Let's talk AJ Brown trade rumors. What do we do, dude? Okay, so AJ Brown, they're out there seeking a trade from all the reports out there. Howie wants a first and a top 100 draft pick for AJ, or a first and second. Basically, is what it comes down to, right? And top 100 is going to be a first and second round pick. But we're not. What they're not talking about is the dead money. Like, if we do trade them, then you can't pay other guys that you need to pay when you need to pay them. Because now you're gonna that dead hit, man, could kill us for a long time. So I'd be more worried about, I'll take a second and somehow you take all his money. I don't know if that works. I don't know how. I'm not a contract guy, but we got to unload that money, or it's gonna hurt us for a long time. We're talking $20 million, something like that, in dead space.
At least
it's insane. So
I mean, I just don't know at this point, because talk about the dead money. I mean, as much as Howie's, it's Howie's season, and he's a robber, highway robbery. Kudos to him, but I don't think you're going to get a first and a top 100 player, because then again, who the hell knows? But
honestly, Booze, I think that shows that the Eagles do not want to move on from AJ Brown.
Well, I mean, how can you? I mean, the guy's a top 5 receiver in the NFL.
Exactly. But the question is does he want to be here? And if he doesn't want to be here, do you bring him back and put him in the locker room, or is he going to be a problem somehow? You know, more than bitching about not getting the ball.
Well,
You can
we have a comment coming in from a good friend of a familiar face of the show. Tom TK Kelly checking in, and Howie we trust.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah,
Cook. We got to let him cook. See what he can pull up in the draft.
I really don't know how. I mean, it's the pouting and all the immature bullshit has to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hate to say it, but it's kind of like TO 2.0 all over again, but probably not as drastic. And,
yeah. No sit-ups in the driveway, just reading a book on the sideline. That
Yeah, but it's how many more years are you going to be pouting, to be dealing with this?
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of talk that the New England Patriots are interested in him. But what about, thinking about, because he loves New England. He we know, everyone knows that.
Well, Barkley came out and said that last week that he's a big time Patriots fan, which I probably want to put out to the media, but
yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Well,
I think Buffalo could be another destination.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Why not send him to Buffalo with Josh Allen? Maybe Buffalo will be willing to pay for him. Who's Josh got? Not really anybody.
Well, really, right? And he had Brandon Cooks and Coleman. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Tom DK checking in again, saying divas are a part of the pro sports, boys. Unfortunately. Yeah, but why is the wide receiver the only damn diva position? You don't see running backs. You don't see tight ends. You don't see nobody on the defense being a diva. Why? You don't see Quentin Mitchell or Cooper DeJean out there, hightailing it and showboating.
Nope.
Not at all. I mean, it's just it's a joke. And another rumors, we were talking in before we got it, hopped on here. Apparently, it sounds like Dallas Goedert's going to be testing the free agent waters next week, because the rumor was last week that Howie and his agent were supposed to meet, but doesn't seem like it according to a couple Eagles pages I've been reading. But who knows?
Well, that's a shame. It's a shame. Right now, we don't have a tight end that does what he does. So that's is that draft? Is that Howie tampering? Finding somebody out there.
Well, if you look at it last week, the Falcons put the tag on damn, why can't I'm getting worse?
Yeah, they're yes, I know you're talking about
Kyle Pitts.
Pitts, that's what it is. Yes.
And Dallas placed the tag on the receiver. Was it Saturday or yesterday?
On CD?
No, the other George Pickens.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple more comments coming in. My man Dylan will be on Broad Street Southwood. Thanks for checking in. Dylan's a native of Tampa, Florida, so he loves those Buccaneers. Also, we got another comment coming in from Brian Garrity. They don't have a tight end that can actually block. Well, true. I mean, Calcaterra, and let's see what they do at the tight end position.
They like I said, they got to do something. I don't know if they can shop around or if they're going to draft somebody. Any interest in Zach Ertz? I hear there's Zach Ertz is planning on coming back. I know he's older. He's not, but if you can bring him in just to block and not ask him to go out there and
say it, but I don't think Zach Ertz was really much of a good blocker back in the day. I mean,
you're right.
Hate to say it, but when the Eagles had Zach Ertz first couple years in the league, he would just catch the ball, run, and fall down.
Yeah.
if you remember.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've seen names like Isaiah Likely from Baltimore, but to me, he can't stay healthy. And
Okay.
the one that was on Cleveland, David Njoku, but he's another one. You know, pick out Cleveland took him probably 5-6 years ago out of Miami, but I think he's pretty much been disappointing and he's been hurt a lot.
Right. Right.
Got a couple more comments coming in from Dylan here going, "Go Bucks, baby." I've turned live from Daytona International Speedway infield for Bike Week. Congratulations. I know you're wearing many hats down there in Florida, Dylan. And we have another comment coming in here from Brian Garrity. The last blocker was Selleck.
Yeah.
All right. You know, and it's, you know, it remains to be seen what Howie has up his sleeve. But, you know, this time, like I said, the league kicks off the new year next Wednesday, but the tampering probably will start over the weekend getting into Monday. And, you know, you look at the Eagles' top free agents. I mean, the Kobe Dean, Reed Blankenship. Do they throw the money at Jalen Phillips? Because I heard he's going to want like 20 or 25 million a year for a defensive end. But, you know, you got Nolan Smith's in his 5th year. Are you going to pay Carter? Are you going to pay Jordan Davis? So,
right. I'm going to pay Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, and then I'm not going to pay Jordan Phillips, especially when I believe the Raiders are looking to move on, and Max Crosby is also looking to move on from the Raiders. So you're talking 20 mil for Phillips or 20 mil for Max Crosby. I think I'll take Max Crosby over Jalen Phillips. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about that, but if I heard that us and the Cowboys and one other team, I forget what the other team are, but we're like about the 3 top contenders to land them. If the trade happens.
The Eagles are always rumored into wanting this guy. I don't know.
I would love that Max Crosby.
But I just can't see how you're going to pay him, Carter, Jordan Davis, on that defensive line. And
that brings us to Jason's contract, man.
I think it's impossible. I think it really is, because with Crosby, you're going to have to take that contract on. You're going to have to give up draft picks. Is it really even worth
it? Right. So it's the same thing we were talking about with AJ. Is it worth it? Or do you just say, screw you, AJ? You're riding this thing out.
Another year of the pouting and all the bullshit it has.
Exactly. Yeah. Crying about not getting the ball. And then does he become like, I can't remember the guy's name. He was unhappy in Chicago, and whenever they would throw him the ball, he'd start batting it down. He wouldn't even try to. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember the freaking guy's name.
He played for Carolina. I know he wants out of Chicago too.
Yeah. He just stopped catching the ball. It was like, what?
Yeah, but
AJ does in Philadelphia, dude. Oh man, his car might be on fire before the game's over.
Yeah, but who really wants to deal with the freaking headache anymore? It's it's just getting old now, and what's it going to be every other year? Him bitching and complaining. It's addition by subtraction.
Well, no, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, but then again, who the hell do you replace him with?
I don't know, man. Devontae Smith is totally capable of being a number one wide receiver. Jahad Dotson, is he still on the squad this year?
Free agent.
He's a free agent.
He hasn't shown much. I think he could walk.
Yeah. But I mean, could he be a decent second? I don't know. I don't think so. My son loves him. My son loves Dotson.
I don't really think Dotson's had many balls thrown him, but then again, it's not like the guy's been playing with his hair on fire for the last 2 years either.
He did make a big play catching the Super Bowl. You know,
but the consistency though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, every damn defensive coordinator in the NFL knows it's either going to go to AJ or Smitty.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Goddard mixed in. Like, you know, Dotson to me was just, you know, Hurts won't throw over the middle. And the guy's just like basically invisible.
Yeah.
No matter who you had in the slot.
Anyone who went over the middle was invisible.
Well, exactly.
Right? And that was the problem, maybe even with the AJ Brown situation. They love to run him on that slant over the middle. And like you just said, Jalen, much as I love him, he's sitting right there. He does he does not throw over the middle unless it's a deep ball.
Yeah, but in that damn playoff game, my man, there were too many. AJ Brown dogged it with too many alligator arms.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody says.
I agree. Reminding me for Ricky Waters. You remember that?
I was at that game. I remember.
I was at that game myself. Yes, sir, man. I remember that.
31 years ago. I could see it now.
Goodness gracious.
Right over the middle and just let it go right through his arm.
Ooh. Hold him in, dude. And then when he was asked about it, for who, for what?
Yeah, well.
For who, for what? What?
He learned real well. Being that he's from Harrisburg, you'd think he would have got his head out of his ass in this city.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he had been out there in San Fran for so long with all them soft guys, you know, soft things, you know. He just hey, whatever.
Yeah, but when you're playing with Jerry Rice and Brent, I don't know, was Brent Jones still a tight end? I guess I believe so.
Probably, yeah.
You know, just you really didn't need to get, with Jerry Rice, especially as a decoy.
Yeah,
Waters. Not to take nothing away from Ricky Waters.
No.
One of my favorite Eagles running backs of all time. But, just, dogging it over, your first game as an Eagle.
Yeah. That was a rough one.
Now, do you see the Eagles bringing the Kobe Dean back?
I would love for them to bring the Kobe Dean back. I love Nakobe Dean. But the young man who's sitting behind him, his name is escaping me. Jahad Campbell. Yes, Jahad Campbell is also a stud of a player. And he's cheaper, right? So I understand if they don't bring Nakobe back. I know Nakobe's already out there looking, searching. Seeing if he can, he's on the market basically. So I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't find something somewhere else. But then again, I don't know what he would want to stay here and whether or not we can afford it. I mean, right now that whole AJ Brown thing is lingering, man. What can you afford? What can't you afford? Can you afford to give this guy this and that and the third, the guys you want to keep around, especially on the defense? Because the offense is paid. That's the thing we got to remember. Offense is paid. The defense that isn't yet, and they're all young, and they're all going to be coming up. So this AJ Brown thing, if this doesn't work out, this could mess things up for a long time.
Well, you got to remember too, Jalen Hurts is in the last year of his guaranteed contract, which. The rumors have been swirling, are the Eagles going to draft a quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the rumor that Tanner McKee's the Eagles got called by the Jets. But, what do you do in this situation? I mean, how many offensive coordinators are going to leave and what's Sean Mannion really have up his sleeve from what I was gathering watching Farzy this morning. It sounded like Sean Mannion was looking at tight ends in the draft. So the Eagles are going to play 12 personnel with 2 tight end sets.
Well, they got a whole mess. They got a whole mess there with the offense. They got they got Sean Mannion as the new OC,
right.
And then I don't know the other guys' names, but the other guys' names who are behind him, helping him, have already been OCs in the league. So, like, then if he's not doing things and this other guy goes to Nick, because everything's going to run through Nick, obviously, just like it has.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's really going to go through Sirianni this time.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. I hope not.
I think Sirianni is on the hot seat.
Yep.
Jalen's on the hot seat.
I agree.
I mean,
Agree.
I don't. You know, you bring 17 guys in to interview for offensive coordinator. You bring 7 guys back for second interviews, and it's just, you know, I think this is it for Nick. Like, you know, put up or shut up.
Yeah,
You know,
win one or you're done.
You've been to 2 out of the last 4 Super Bowls, but, you know, the NFL means not for long. And guess what? You know, you won a Super Bowl last year. Kudos to you, but, you know, 2024 is in the rear view now. We're going forward. And, you know, I heard, you know, from what the news is, that he wasn't too thrilled about the Sean McVay or Shanahan offense, but, you know, it seems to be, I guess, you know, the hot take for the moment right now.
Right.
It's offense. And, you know, you look around the NFL with, you know, a lot of different disciples under Sean McVay.
I hope Sean Mannion comes in and revamps this offense. All right. Like, we saw very little to no motion this past season, right? We didn't move anybody around. It seemed like Jalen, I don't know if he was scared or if he was told not to check out of things. It seemed like he just I don't know what the problem was, man. It was a whole mess. We couldn't move the ball. The offensive line was beat to hell. We know that. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Well, it's like Devontae Smith said, you know, it was the same offense for the last 4 years.
Yeah. When they asked him about the system and the new system, he said, "What new system? It's been the same system." So I think we talked about that before, and I said, "Well, that's Nick's system, right? That's Nick's system. If the system's been the same, it's been Nick's system. Only Kellen Moore last year was able to work with Nick's system, where you bring in a guy who's never been an OC before, an in-house guy, because you like him, he's your buddy, and you give him the playbook, and he doesn't know what to call. You know, like,
I mean,
he doesn't know how to decipher it.
I mean, my thing is, why did it work for Sean Steichen, though? Basically, I guess because he ran the RPO for Hurts. And, you know, it just got to be too vanilla, and, you know, pretty much defenses.
Well, then there was a lot of rumors, though, that last year that Jalen was kind of refusing to run the ball. I don't know if that's true, but I mean,
well, you could say it. He, you know, look at his numbers. You know, just declined over the last couple of years with him running the ball.
Yeah, but he needs to stay mobile to be effective. He's not tall enough to stand and stay in the pocket especially if the pocket starts to close, in my opinion. So he has to use his mobility and move around. And this year, it seemed like he was trying to stay and hold in that pocket as long as he could. Right. And then, you know, by the time it broke down, it was too late. You know, he lost that awareness and didn't have that time clock being like, all right, you got to go, type deal.
I just don't think he had his, you know, he just didn't have his mojo. I don't know where the hell it is. I don't know if it's from him getting married, you know, just, I don't know. It just seems like.
We saw that before, man. Isn't that what happened to Wentz, didn't it? He got married, and then all of a sudden he couldn't play football anymore.
No, I think sometimes, you know, not that I'm knocking that, but I think these guys lose their
I'm not knocking it either. I'm married.
These guys lose the eye of the tiger. You know, it's like, you know, like Mickey said to Rocky and Rocky 3. The thing of it was, you got too civilized after he beat Apollo. You know, and you know, it's a movie, but hey, he didn't have that eye of the tiger like he did when he beat Apollo in the second one.
Yeah.
So it's like I think these guys, the endorsements, Sprite, look at all the damn endorsements Barkley had. I just think
season a lot of distraction.
I think the problem of this team from 24 and 17, their heads were too much into the damn clouds with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think they celebrated too long.
Yeah.
You lost that edge. Dickerson was hurt. Cam Jurgens with his back. Lane going out the last 8 games, and
none of that helps. None of that helps. And a stagnant game that he just could not get going, no matter what you tried. Tank was able to move the ball a little bit, but
Yeah, but every time he would get a spark with Tank Bigsby, they would go away from him. Why?
They would swap out. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Like you had a running game going. Why go away when the damn passing game wasn't working?
The passing game hasn't worked all season. It was working when you weren't forced to throw the ball to one guy. So now we're back to again that AJ Brown conversation. Pitching and completing, wanting his catches, wanting the ball. Yeah. Ah, man.
I don't know what you were watching in 2024, but that passing game wasn't working either because when they got Saquon Barkley and they were 2-2, and Sirianni's ass should have been on the hot seat at that time. They started running the damn ball and Barkley with over 2,000 yards. Basically that passing game was swept under the rug.
Yep.
You didn't have to pass the damn ball. Because Barkley was like a goddamn bowling ball, just running roughshod right over defenses.
Yeah, but they did throw the ball in the Super Bowl.
Well, look at it this way.
They had the Super Bowl, and they did.
Look at it this way. Spagnuolo knew how to shut Barkley down. So what did Kellen Moore do? Opened up the passing game.
Exactly.
That's why he blew Kansas City out by halftime.
Exactly. But Kellen Moore was also an experienced OC, right? With Nick's playbook.
Well,
we know it was Nick's playbook because Smitty said the system's been the same. The system's been the same. That's got to be the same damn.
I think Kellen Moore added, his magic to it as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. As an experienced play caller,
of course,
you can
being in Dallas and then being with the Chargers.
Yeah, we're back
5-6 years.
I know Mannion has been in the league and he has a lot of experience.
He only has 2 years of coaching experience.
2 years coaching, okay. But no, and he has not been an OC, so that makes me nervous as hell. There again,
well, Andy Reid wasn't. Andy Reid was the quarterback's coach too in Green Bay. Not to compare, but Andy Reid didn't call plays. Know what Andy Reid did? Quarterback's coach hungered through the playbook in the trash, and Andy took it out. I mean, nobody knew the hell Andy Reid was when he came to Philly.
Yeah.
Not saying that's what Sean Mannion's going to be.
We can hope and pray, right? That's what we want. We want, need something to give this offense a spark again.
Well, I think, kudos to Jeff and Howie. I think they, I think they know what the hell they're looking for. As much as, we can all scratch our head. And to me, I don't know. Philadelphia, to me, is just not a destination because I just think ever since Jeff got burned by Chip Kelly, you look at the situation with Doug. Doug wanted to keep, forgot his name.
Yeah, Doug wanted to keep his own people, and he was told no.
Well, it was bad. Well, I think this is what happened with Sirianni too.
Yeah,
because it was either, get rid of Patullo or you could go with him. So,
I get rid of Patullo. But they graded. So all the players graded the coaches. Nick Sirianni got an A+ or an A, and Kevin Patullo from the team got a C-, I believe. I heard that on the morning show on 94. Yeah. So They liked the head coach, but they did not care for the offensive coordinator, obviously.
Well, Patullo's the pass game coordinator down now in Miami. So
You know what he's going to do? He's going to run Ache up the middle, deep ball to Waddle. Ache up the middle, deep ball to Waddle. That's going to be his playbook. He's trying to playbook.
But who the hell is going to be the quarterback is the question.
Oh, I don't know. Is Tua not down there anymore, or are they?
I think they're getting rid of him. I don't know. I mean, with that contract, they're too locked into that. So, I mean, I don't know why the guy just don't retire with all the concussions and whatnot.
Oh, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. It's scary, dude. It's scary watching that stuff, especially because his body freezes up, and it's like,
it's like you got a family too, and little kids to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got a life to live beyond football, and at some point, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I know we got a comment here, Fuji. If you want to go ahead.
Yeah, or
Tommy K.
TK going the success Howie and Jeff had over the last 10 years give them some leeway, in my opinion. Let them do their thing. Well, yeah, definitely. But this is a year now. Let's put up or shut up for Sirianni, and I think Hurts is on the mend too. As much as I love Jalen, but
I love Jalen as well. I've heard a lot of talk of trading him as well, and going with Tanner.
That's a little asinine.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Don't see that happening. Did Jalen get an extension without winning multiple playoff games next year? I don't know. I don't know if he gets an extension.
I don't know either, because like we said, I think as the coach goes, the quarterback goes hand in hand, and both guys are on the mend, and if the Eagles shit the bed like they did this past season, I think heads are going to roll sooner than later.
You can't say you shit the bed. We didn't shit the bed. We won the division. We shit the bed in the playoffs, but.
A week.
We won, and they had a successful season. But at the end of the day, they didn't show the fuck up. Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever. They didn't show the fuck up. There we go. Pattison and Phantics. We're live and hot.
Sorry, but this team basically gave that San Fran game away. And I'll say this: not just the offense. That the Eagles got killed over the middle, 5 or 6 big plays in that San Fran game, because Jennings in the beginning just marched right down the field. I don't know if it was Blankenship getting burned or Dean or whoever, but that defense shit the bed too. Let's just call it down the middle. And the defense played great all year, but they got burned on some of those plays, and they were getting killed over the middle.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you brought up the defense, Boots, because Fangio, you're gone.
I mean, he's going. He ain't going nowhere.
Fangio?
He's still with the Eagles.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Vic Fangio, or is it Stoutland?
Stoutland's gone.
Oh, that's right. They got food. Okay. All right, man. I'm sorry. I'm tripping over here.
That's all right. Now we got a couple more comments coming in from this jabroni, aka the ring chaser. Just popped in to say the Eagles, go chase a ring, you fraud.
We made the playoffs this year, besides the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City, whatever. And we got another comment coming in from the fearless leader. Oh my, the language on the show. Easy there, sicky poo.
Yeah. We're a little off the rails,
And then
maybe.
And then the ring chaser, he has nothing else better to do, I guess. This organization is I'm not even gonna entertain that
Oh,
comment.
man. Yeah, that's a rough one.
Let's go hide him.
There you
And
go.
then Tom Kelly saying Stoutland is gone. So yeah, Jeff Stoutland is gone.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, Vic Fangio didn't go nowhere.
no. I thought, dude,
He was contemplating retirement,
but
but
yes, but he is coming back, right? Yeah, okay. For some reason, I was like, I had it in my head that Fangio was out and Stoutland was in, and obviously, it's the complete opposite. But that hurts us, dude. That hurts us on the offense, offensive line, the run scheme, the run blocking.
yeah, but you got Dickerson coming back and you got Lane coming back for a 14th season. So
you do. Thank goodness. Hopefully, they've had Lane's had some time to hopefully get his body.
oh, Lane was training like a month ago.
Yeah, get his body.
Down in Texas. He ain't wasting no time. That man's a warrior.
Yep. We need him. It's gotta be a warrior.
We got another comment coming in from the ring chaser. I said the Chiefs would. So yeah, you did. I'll give you props for that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Chad Allstate instead of State Farm, you would have been better protected from mayhem like the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59.
I don't even know why I'm even entertaining this Joker's comments, but if you want to read this, go ahead.
I want
to
not to lose like Eagles fans were saying that Birds would go back to back. I don't think any of us said we were going to go back to back. I think we all said that it was going to be a down year. I think on this show, at least, we said it was going to be a down year. We expected Barkley not to have the year that he had the year before. But yeah, some Birds fans out there were delusional.
No, I said
chance to maybe go back to back. Sure as hell, but
I said the Eagles and the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and I was way off on that one.
Yeah. Wrong with both, of course.
Of course, the ring chaser said yes. Fuji did. Yes, I did. I was wrong.
Hey, man, it happens. Flip a coin 50% of the time.
So let's move on from the Birds to the Fighting Phils, because the WBC is starting this week. You had Andrew Painter, 20 pitches yesterday. I think I said he threw about 98 miles an hour. Justin Crawford seems to be hitting the cover off the ball this spring.
That's good. That's what we need.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully Dallas Garcia will step in and be a better hitter than Nick Castellanos, because
that's the jacked dude, right? Like
yeah,
dude, jacked.
I hope he ain't on no PEDs,
right? Yeah,
with those guns. That guy's arms are like probably bigger than Hulk Hogan's back in the day. But I don't know. He's got some guns on him, and hopefully
he can connect with that ball.
Hopefully
send that thing over to Citizens Bank Park wall very often. Hopefully.
Hopefully they can get the cleanup spot figured out between Bohm, Garcia, I just think Painter, Garcia, and Crawford are really going to have to step up this year.
Do you think they still use Schwarber in that leadoff, or do you think they move him to what were they doing? What were DH? They were doing that with him too, right? Last year.
Well, right now it looks like it's going to be Turner, Harper, Schwarber, but and then Alec Bohm, but I don't know. You got to put somebody in between Harper and Schwarber, because second and third. You could keep mixing it up, but it's what sounds like Zach Wheeler is going to be back hopefully sometime in May, coming off that injury, because I think another guy that really needs to step the hell up this year, who was messed up last year, is Aaron Nola. So a lot of pressure is going to be on him.
Can he keep it? Can he keep it consistent on the mound? Can he do what he needs to do?
Well, my thing is, that's just another contract you got to deal with Nola for another 5 years. And I'll say it, going back to 2019, Aaron Nola's average giving up almost 30 home runs a year. If you look at his stats and round it off, I mean, it's, it just remains to be seen, what this team's going to do. I mean, I think
I'm sorry to interrupt. Wasn't there talk of moving Nola, trying to move Nola as like a closer? Wasn't there talk of that, like rumors about that? You think Nola could be a closer, or is he like a guy who's always been set up to? I'm going to come in and I'm going to pitch, and I'm going to open up and I can't. I'm going to pitch until I can't anymore. Type of guy.
Nah, don't forget they went out and got Duran from Minnesota last year, so he's on the Phillies for another. I think he's got a year or two left, but
okay.
I think the bullpen moves were fine. It's just, it's a start. You figure you got Sanchez, Nola, Luzardo, Taijuan Walker, and Painter. You got 2 question marks at the back end of that bullpen. So until you can get Wheeler back,
definitely need Wheeler back.
No, without a doubt.
But there's no rush. There's no rush to get them out there in spring training. Let them get healed. Let them throw some balls and all that stuff. But I don't see the big rush.
No. I mean, especially coming off after having blood clot.
Mm-hmm.
That was, God forbid that could have been deadly. Luckily.
Oh, yes, it could have been. Yes, it could have been. Thank you, Dan. Good Lord made sure that didn't happen. So,
What else would you like to touch on? What about the Phillies?
I hope. I'm putting my eggs on Harper this year, man. All my eggs are in the basket for Harper to have a standout season. Hopefully an MVP type season. I think we need that from Bryce, big time. Hopefully he's healthy, completely healthy. I know he did some vampire ritual thing where he got his blood filtered out and whatever and filtered back in, just something like Kobe did back in the day. Like whatever he's got to do to get himself right and ready. We need him to have a breakout, an MVP type caliber season, in my opinion, for the Phils to get to that point, man.
I just think after the whole thing with Dombrowski, I think he's going to come in. He already looks like he's already playing with a chip on his shoulder in spring training, and basically to tell Dombrowski to go stick it where the sun doesn't shine.
Do it.
But it's
sure, right? I'm not great or something like that.
Not elite.
Not elite, yeah, not elite, yeah.
Sure. What he was wearing, and supposedly he had a whole bunch of them made. So I just think these guys are another year older, and I just who knows what the division holds though, because you don't know you're going to go with the Braves and the Mets. I don't really know the Mets. I don't know what they're pitching either. So
right. Still got the Dodgers out there.
With the Marlins and the Nationals, you just, it should be a 2 or 3 team race. But I mean, it sounds like a lot of people with the over or under are going under 90, at least 90 games, maybe 88.
What, for the win total?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
where does that put us? Who's like we need like last year we had
basically playing 500 ball almost, but
right at that spot. We don't want to be there. We gotta be better. We got to be better than it.
Well, especially winning the division, which you can win multiple division titles, but that doesn't mean jack shit.
Right. Yep.
You know, and it's just the Dodgers just keep spending and spending. I think their payroll's over $400 million right now, and another thing you really got to think about too is MLB. Their CBA is up after this year, collective bargaining agreement, which I'll say it and I'll keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. Whether it'll happen, who the hell knows? But baseball needs a salary cap.
I agree.
This luxury tax bullshit has to go.
Yeah, because you're talking about billionaires who just got to throw out an extra couple.
Well,
$100,000. It's nothing for them.
Well, you got to really, you got to blame, the television markets too, especially when you get Apple TV involved, ESPN, and it's basically billionaires are arguing with millionaires, and when's it stop? I mean, it's a shame you can't even take a family to a baseball game. I mean, 400 level average is like $45, $50 a seat now. Like, and by the time you get fisted with ticket fees, it's like over $100 for just to go to a baseball game. Like, ain't nobody going to be able to afford it.
No, not in today's
can't afford it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, we were going to dive into this before we came on. We both got our Eagles season ticket renewals, and
yes, we did.
Talk about getting fisted.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I mean, when's it?
They went up. They went up, dude.
Well, I know you're paying way more than me, but still.
Yeah, it's a kick in the crotch. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Me, I just think they just want to extinct the 700 level, folks.
Yeah,
and just get us out of there completely.
Well, that's been the vibe since we moved over there. Yep. Yeah, they separated all the sections because we were in 703, row 3 at the vet, and when we moved over, they placed us right because we didn't have the seat license. We just had the season tickets.
Right.
And they divided everybody. They moved everybody around in that top section. So like you didn't have that camaraderie again coming in the new stadium, right? You didn't have that still craziness. No, everybody needs to get to know each other and shit. And they started cracking down on everything. You notice the asshole chants and stuff down the stadium. You barely ever hear those anymore. Where walking around the vet, you heard them loud and clear. As soon as you saw an opposing fan, asshole. You remember? Yeah. As soon as you got to the link, man. They started cracking down on all that stuff, man.
Sure, especially the morons in the opposing jerseys. Not that they're morons, but the mentality of some 700 level people being a moron.
Yep.
Making us all, as they say, one bad apple spoils a bunch.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes. That's all it takes, man. That's all it takes.
And then, like they just raised them last year. But it's usually every other year it happens, but
isn't the salary cap going up this year?
Yes, it is. I believe it's going up by at least 20 million.
Yeah, there we go. So you raise everybody's ticket prices $500.
Well,
yeah, you might. How many people that's going there? 70,000
at least.
I don't know. Do the math there. Just saying. Somebody's got to pay for it.
Let's see. The The 2026 NFL salary cap is officially set at $301 million.
300.
A $22 million increase from 2025, driven by rising league revenues, according to what I'm reading. The additional benefits bringing the total player spending to $378.8 million per team.
Pooch, give me one. I'm sorry, dude. Give me 1 second. I got
1 second.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Can't even do it.
I understand. As we are just talking some Philly sports. If anybody wanted to get some questions in here for the last couple minutes as I wait for Alan to return. As we were saying, I know last night the Sixers are going to be without Joel Embiid for 3 games, an oblique injury. You know, that Sixers losing last night to Boston just pretty much wasn't even really a contest. And Sixers, second half got out rebounded by 22 rebounds, and it's just, I don't know what this team's going to be. Currently sitting 7th in the NBA standings at 33-27. I believe they're 6th or 7th in the Eastern Conference as of right now. Well, welcome back. Can't hear you. Wait, got to unmute you.
I'm back. There we go. How about Tyrese Maxey breaking Allen Iverson's all-time 3 record for the Sixers?
Yeah, I was actually just touching on the Sixers. Going to be without Mr. Salty for 3 games.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're right there with me. On Embiid, I love Embiid, but this year's been better. I'm gonna say it. I
think it's better because it's not all on him, and Maxey, has stepped in to be
Maxey
the leader, VJ Edgecombe, and
dude, that kid's gonna be rookie of the year. Put money on it if you're a betting person. I would. That kid is lights out. Phenomenal. Great addition to the team, man. The kid's gonna be a star.
Yeah, but hell, like I was saying, was waiting for you to come back on. They're 33-27. I think they're 6th or 7th in the Eastern Conference right now. But how far can this team go? Can you?
Can you get past the first round? That's the big question with this team, right? Can you get past the first round?
Well, you figure they got knocked out by the Knicks last year in the first round. It's always been before that, it was always a second round knockout
against the damn Celtics. Freaking Celtics knocked out. I'm sorry about it.
All right, and I don't know. It remains to be seen, but some games they look good, and just other, I know you don't have, what are we in March? So you figure you got another 2 months to go. So we'll see how it goes down and how it plays out.
Yeah, they got to push through to the finish and get it done. I love the guard play. We haven't seen guard play like this in a long time. But you know what the Sixers' problem is? They're a horrible, horrible rebounding team.
All right.
They don't rebound for crap, and that's the Sixers' biggest downfall in my opinion. That's their biggest downfall, that they suck at rebound.
Like I was saying before you jump back on, they got rebounded. Boston had 22 boards in the second half.
Yeah, what do we have?
Say again?
Oh, I said, what do we have in the second half?
I forget what the hell we had, but I know
they're a bad rebounding team. They don't box out. They don't do the fundamentals. The other night they had a problem. They had a problem running against the zone. Like, how do you have a problem running against the zone? You played basketball your entire life. It's a zone defense. You should be able to. You should be able to work against the zone.
Right.
You know,
without a doubt. But I know we're got a couple minutes left on.
Yeah.
Other thing, I want to go back to the Phillies. Just a tidbit here.
Yeah.
Not that it. I mean, this is the third Phillies player within a year that's tested positive by the World Baseball League tested Johan Rojas.
Right. Yep.
And it was tested positive for a banned substance. So keep, it's Rojas, who the hell knows, but I'm sure, the media will be keeping an eye on.
But I mean, these guys got nutritionists, and these guys got all these people telling them what to take, and you would think that the people telling him what to take would know what he's taking. So it's like, speculative. I'm randomly speculating, but
Yeah, but I mean,
he's doing it on the side on his own without telling people.
I mean, you look at Alvarado, last year, just not this time, but he was suspended for 80 games, and I'm actually kind of shocked they did bring him back after that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to say you ruined the Phillies' playoff chances, but when you're a big part of that, that you're a big bullpen piece, especially down the stretch. You came back, early to mid-August, but for the stretch run, they could have used you, but
he would have made a difference. Definitely would have made a difference.
Who knows? But I mean, you're a lead part of that bullpen for the season, and I'm actually kind of surprised Dombrowski did bring him back, but that's last year. But 3 players within a year in your organization, like what the hell is going on behind the scenes with?
Well, there's a lot of questions about Dombrowski just in itself, right? I mean,
yeah, but
yeah,
but I'm talking about you said these guys have trainers and whatnot, but I mean, I could understand why Rojas probably would take some, because he can't hit the ball for shit. I mean, the guy can run. He's got an arm, great defensively, but you can't hit the side of a barn. Like, it's a shame, because if the guy could flat out hit, he'd be the starting center fielder every day, or would have been.
Right. Now, all right. I know we don't have a whole lot of time here. We're actually dwindling down, but I've never done steroids or anything like that. So, does that actually give you an advantage to hitting a 100-mile-an-hour baseball? If I'm standing there and you throw a 100-mile-an-hour pitch and I'm all jacked up on steroids, to be honest with you, I still don't think I'm going to see the goddamn ball flying by. I think I'm going to feel it, but I'm not going to see it.
Well,
it's
let's go back to the 90s.
A professional.
Well, how Barry Bonds blow up so fast? The guy was like this.
But he could already hit the ball.
Yeah, but but look how big he ended up getting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Alex Rodriguez, Mark McGwire.
Yeah. But all these guys could hit the ball initially. That's the thing. If you can't hit the ball to begin with, what the hell do the substances do besides, help you just field the ball and do things like that?
Inflated numbers over the years.
Oh, yeah, definitely has. A lot of asterisks next to Hall of Famers too.
Well, God have mercy on Pete Rose. If you're gonna put all these jackasses in, you better put Pete Rose right in there too.
All
right, the guy betted on baseball. Cardinal sin, but Pete he played the game like it was the last game in the World Series, 7th game. But
didn't they win the game he bet on? Didn't he bet that they would win? Like, isn't that? I don't know if that's that. I don't know if that's but I thought he bet that they would win and then won the fucking game. But it was still like, it's not like he bet they were going to lose and then went out there and threw the.
It's.
Yeah, no, it's so. Oh yeah, it's so.
I mean,
well,
it's.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there, but it's, you know, that'd be a show for another time.
Absolutely, it definitely will be, Pooch.
But want to say thanks everybody who commented and checked in with us. Everybody who probably watching but not commenting.
We appreciate everybody there watching.
You know, we're in March now. We got March Madness coming up. Phils are about 3 weeks away from the home opener. NFL free agency and the NFL 2026 New Year kicks off in a week. Yeah, I got a lot of plus Flyers. The NHL trade deadline is this Friday. See what the Flyers do, but Alan, I want to thank you for co-hosting with me tonight.
Anytime, brother.
Why the General's under the weather.
Yes, sir.
And as we say before we get off here, as Ryan F. also talks about, mental health awareness, how serious it is. We're all, especially in times like this with war going on and people's, anxiety is probably high and whatnot. And, God forbid, you don't want to see any world war going on, God forbid. But, reach out to somebody because you never know what somebody's going through. Just make sure, because we're all going through something.
Yep.
But on behalf of Tom Kelly, Double A, and myself, we want to wish everybody a good week. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully we're past all that stuff and some beautiful weather coming up. So enjoy the weather, get out, get some exercise, reach out to a friend, a relative who you haven't talked to, and check on your neighbors. Everybody have a good week. Have a good night. God bless. And as soon as I can find it, we will be out of here. Have a good night, everybody. God bless, and have a great week.
Peace.
Shout echoes heavy, sharp as a fight. Alan steady with the facts, sharp and true. Fuji's fire breaks the calm, splits it in two. Pattison, where the wild hearts run. Talking sports, games, battles, lost and won. Voices rise, break chains, ignite the flame. Fanatic thunder echo in the name.
Hey, thanks.